At Arizona State University, we've made online education better, smarter, and more personalized so you can go further in your aspiring field.
I decided to pursue medicine once I realized that ASU did have the online program for biological sciences. You're still required to learn the same curriculum. You're still being tested on the same content that anyone would be tested on in person. The comprehensiveness of the program prepared me so well for medical school.
Explore over 300 programs at asuonline.asu.edu. At Arizona State University, we're bringing world-class education from our globally acclaimed faculty to you. Ranked #1 in innovation for 10 consecutive years and #2 among public universities for employability. ASU isn't just ahead of the curve, it's creating new paths to success. Earn your degree from the nation's most innovative university. Online, that's a degree better. Explore more than 300 undergraduate, graduate, and certificate programs at asuonline.asu.edu.
I earned my degree online at Arizona State University. I chose to get my degree at ASU because I knew that I'd get a quality education, they were recognized for excellence, and that I would be prepared for the workforce upon graduating. To be associated with ASU, both as a student and alum, it makes me extremely proud, and having experienced the program, I know now that I'm set up for success. Learn more at asuonline.asu.edu.
If you love entertainment, current events, and Hollywood, don't miss Creator to Creators, hosted by the filmmaker Meosha, known for the Shudder hit documentary Horror Noir and the acclaimed film Anatomy of an Anti-Hero, Redemption. This show features interviews with filmmakers and creatives from around the globe. Join the fun with guest celebrities and gain valuable insights. Subscribe now and follow Creator to Creators.
Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Creators to Creators today. Today we have a special guest.
Alya, Grammy-winning singer-songwriter.
Welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for coming on. I'm excited to talk to you.
Likewise.
So I love going back to the beginning. I always say the beginning charts our trajectory in life, like our little habits that we pick up along the way, follow us into our adulthood. Tell me a bit about your childhood. What was that like? And how did you find your way into music?
I was born in a different country. I was born in Soviets, and I loved music from as early as I remember myself. I was always participating in every single child competition. I was singing, I was writing songs. It was always a way for me to express myself. I do not come from a musical family. The only influence I had was my grandma, my Ukrainian grandma, and she mostly was singing like religious songs. So that was sort of my first immersion into music. And then growing up, I just really loved stage. I was very into music theater, into theater in general. I continued writing music, and until this way led me to Los Angeles, where I started pursuing music more professionally, and eventually it led me to receiving Grammy.
That's amazing. I always say, so obviously you're living your purpose, your dream, which a lot of people feel like it's such a distance away, but it starts with saying yes to it, right? And then going for that goal and just never stopping. And
Well, it might sound like straightforward and very easy, but if you very carefully listen to every single artist out there, it's very, very confusing and full of sacrifices and a lot of disappointment road, and that was in my case as well. It's I put it sort of compacted it very um, intensely, but in reality is, as every single artist, I am insecure, and um, you know behind all of my great achievements, there is a lot of tears and disappointment, a lot of internal and external work,
Mhm.
and a lot of dreams that didn't happen. But as you say, the most important lesson that um, I found for myself it is saying yes to something
Yeah.
and really keep going, because you will fall. You will fall so many times, but the falls, not the falls counts, how many times you get up and how many times you tell to yourself, okay, I still want to continue that.
Yeah.
That's what's ultimately brings you to the finish line.
Absolutely. Was there like, for me growing up, when I was at when I first rented, it was like one summer, I was like 16. I rented the Alfred Hitchcock Presents series, and I just knew that I wanted to be a filmmaker,
Right.
and make horror films. Like that was like the seed that was planted. What was there like a song that you heard and you were like, yes, like it just solidified why you want to make music?
Well, I mean, I would say consciously, probably it was the time when I got my hands on first Celine Dion album that was available in
Yes.
Soviets, which was "Let's Talk About Love," and I talk about this album a lot because in Celine Dion biography, it's not the best album, but for
Mhm.
me, it was the door, the gateway to the Western music, and I started learning how you produce a sound like a Western artist, because I was trained as a opera singer,
Oh,
and the
amazing.
way sound is very different, completely different.
Mm,
So for me, that was very significant. But even before that, I sort of, I don't know, I didn't, I didn't quite thought when I was little about being a musician, being a singer songwriter, something that you could call work.
yeah,
It was just the way for me to communicate.
right.
And I was, and I'm still a very shy person, but when I was going on a stage, there was something was happening there. It was a moment when I felt like I can be true to myself. I don't have to afraid of anything, because
Yeah.
the stage where people accept you no matter what, that's why they come to watch you, to hear you. They come to actually see the truth. And it's kind of ironic, because usually people think, okay, on a stage there's something that people made up. No, it's actually the place where a lot of truth is discovered and shown.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Wow, I would never think you were shy because like I listened to this beautiful song, the album that you have, No More Lonely Christmas, which is phenomenal.
Thank
Spreading
you.
Christmas joy. I love that. I love good, wholesome music and just happy music and such a crazy time that we're living in, so many things happening around the world. And it's always good to spread that joy and love and positivity. Tell me a little bit about No More Lonely Christmas and your new album from it. And what was that process like?
Well, the inspiration was, as you said, everything that's going on around us right now. We live in such a strange and uncertain and sometimes dark
Yeah.
times, and I love Christmas. I love holidays. I'm very family oriented person, and for
Mhm.
me, Christmas is the happiest time of the year. And not just Christmas, because like I come from Soviets, and Soviet time we do celebrate Christmas, but the main holiday for us is New Year. So like when I
Nice.
immigrated to America, I sort of combined all these holidays, and in my family we celebrate like every single holiday you can imagine. We celebrate Diwali, we celebrate Hanukkah, we
Love
celebrate
it.
Catholic Christmas, and then New Year, and then Slavic Christmas. So it's like ongoing for 2 months straight celebration of love and light. And I'm
Love
very
that.
fortunate that I have a family, that I have my circle of people that I love,
Mhm.
that we can come together and stay together and feed each other with beautiful energy. But sometimes people don't have this luxury. And
Yeah.
my album was sort of my attempt to create something really cozy and sweet and wonderful that you can use sort of as a tool. If for
Yeah.
whatever reason this is not the year when you have the best holiday season, maybe this is will bring you something good into your soul. Maybe this will comfort you. And like there's the songs that an album, and basically the title of the album speaks for them for itself. It's No
Mhm.
More Lonely Christmas. So even if you're alone, this is something that's like virtual friend for you to spend holiday with. And I think we I mean, obviously, there is great features on the album. One from legendary artist Eric Clapton, and then absolutely
Amazing.
amazing harmonica player India Sphere from Brazil. But like the mix of the songs that we put in there is pretty awesome, because you have Christmas carols or classic Christmas songs that everybody knows, but in the same time there is the whole burst of new sound, like
Mhm.
No More Lonely Christmas Song, or um, Make My Christmas Wish Come True, which when we were writing these songs, when I was writing these songs, I was aiming to bring something that could add to Mariah Carey,
Yes.
Christmas Glory.
Yeah.
and and I mean, I love Mariah Carey. I love her as an artist, and I absolutely love, I mean, her legendary song, All I Want for Christmas Is You, which celebrated huge anniversary this year. But I felt like I really want to have a new music, something
Yeah.
fresh, something cool, but same with the same infectious spirit.
Yes, literally that's what I was literally going to say. I was going to when I listened to the Normal Only Christmas, it's first of all, it sounds, I was like, wow, like blown away. So fun. It was just like just felt like, how it's like um how some artists can do a cover or something, but they make it their own, and that's what you
And
did. And I love that. I love that you're just adding your flavor to it, and it's beautiful, absolutely gorgeous. I
thank
was like,
you.
wow.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, it was a very special time of recording this song. And I had so much fun. On YouTube, actually, on my YouTube channel, Alya Official, there is a um, visualizer for this song and for a couple other songs from the album. And you can see me actually recording this track in there. And you can see how much fun I had. I literally was just running around the studio like crazy rabbit. I was so happy. And somehow, I put myself into this Christmas mood. And, I don't know if your listeners know, but, but usually all the Christmas records, we start out very, very, very far away from Christmas to make sure that we deliver to distributor and
Yeah.
create all the materials that comes with the record. So we start with there is no Christmas anywhere near, it's like summer. So you have to put
Love that.
put yourself in this magical state, because
Yeah.
the microphones, they're very sensitive. For me, when I record something, it's not just stand there and just exercise my vocal cords, and okay, here's this note and here's this tune, okay, I'm going to go from B to C. No, it doesn't work like that.
Yeah.
You have to put your soul in there. You have to really be that person and love what you do. So someone
At Arizona State University, we're bringing world-class education from our globally acclaimed faculty to you. Ranked number one in innovation for 10 consecutive years and number two among public universities for employability, ASU isn't just ahead of the curve, it's creating new paths to success. Earn your degree from the nation's most innovative university. Online, that's a degree better. Explore more than 300 undergraduate, graduate, and certificate programs at asuonline.asu.edu.
Build a polished wardrobe that shows you stay you wherever you go with Mack Weldon. Use code MAC25 for 25% off your first order of $125 or more at MackWeldon.com.
At Arizona State University, we're bringing world-class education from our globally acclaimed faculty to you. Ranked number one in innovation for 10 consecutive years and number two among public universities for employability, ASU isn't just ahead of the curve, it's creating new paths to success. Earn your degree from the nation's most innovative university. Online, that's a degree better. Explore more than 300 undergraduate, graduate, and certificate programs at asuonline.asu.edu.
the receiving end will feel the same variety of emotions.
Yeah, absolutely. I love that you create that space, because that's exactly what it is, right? To because
I
it's
really
summer,
do.
right?
I
But
I
it's
I
like you made
really
it Christmas.
do. I really do, because especially after I my apologies, I have like a little cold, but
Okay.
I especially after I was very blessed to receive Grammy and be the part of Grammy-winning album, which was in the category of New Age music. I
Nice.
realize how important it is to i- deliver the music, deliver the song, not from the perspective of the singer, but from the perspective of a soul, a human.
Mm,
Because there's so many great vocalists out there.
Hmm.
A lot. I mean, if you will go on TikTok, like right now, the music mainly spreads through TikTok first and then go to every other social media. You'll see the
Mm.
countless amount of very technical, very brilliant and talented singers, and they exercise their vocal cords and they do these crazy reels and riffs, and it all sounds great. But for me, this is not enough. And
Hmm.
in my personal opinion as an artist, this is not what people want to hear these days. I feel like, and I mean, it's definitely true for me, and that's what I'm trying to do with my craft. I feel that because there's so much going on out there, there's so much fake out there, there's
Yes.
so much showing off and competitions and all this anxiety. I really want to see something true, and
Hmm.
true comes only from, from your spirit. It's not enough just to be a good artist, and sometimes it's better be a little bit not perfect, but
Hmm.
put your soul in there. And I really try to, when I record something, I try to imagine person that listens, and I'm not trying to impress this person. I'm actually looking from the perspective inviting this person on just to come to me, sit next to me on the stage, so we create this cozy space and the person feels actually welcomed and just enjoys the time that she or he spent with me, versus just saying, oh my gosh, this person can sing. I'm
Hmm.
not there. I know I can sing. I don't have to impress anyone.
Right. I love that. And and it's your own, and like you said, it's and I think that's what makes songs classics. Like you said, not like, because there's a lot of songs that are coming out and they're just all for, they're fake, they're kind of all for show, and it doesn't, you don't feel anymore. Like I feel like
Right.
that's the difference between a really good artist and those artists that stay, those timeless artists that like a Mariah or a Whitney
Right.
Houston or um
Exactly.
and it's just like they put their heart and soul in it, and it's refreshing to hear, as you said, like yourself saying that you put your heart and soul in it, and that is, I love that about music. Like,
Thank you.
so thank you.
Yes, I think it's very important. It's very important today. And we live in a such funny time when everything is so fast,
Yeah.
and we're sort of running after trends after trends after trends. And a lot of artists, good artists, they follow these trends. And, the record labels, or if they with the record labels or managers, they just keep bumping them into these trends, which actually ultimately killing artists.
Hmm.
Very, very little artists working on a craft from the perspective of the legacy. And I
Yeah.
think that's a mistake.
Yes, absolutely. So how involved are you when it comes to making music? Are you in there with the producer? Are you sitting down, like, are you just let people, like whatever perspectives, like, hey, you're over here producing. I'll let you guys do your thing, and
Oh
I'll just come in.
no, no, I'm very annoying
I
nerd. I
love
mean,
it. I love it.
I'm really annoying. I don't think, people from my team, they like this about me, but I'm super involved. Because, as I mentioned, maybe my story sounds like straightforward, but my road to become an artist was pretty, I don't know. It was difficult,
Mhm.
First of all, I come from different country, and my first degree has nothing to do with music. I did received my elementary musical education while I was in school, but my first degree was journalism, and I worked as a journalist, TV and radio journalist, for a while before I decided to pursue a career as a musician full time. So I came to do music professionally as a very, conscious, self-conscious artist. I knew what responsibilities I have. I knew the power of platform. So everything that I do, I'm involved in. I create and direct every single video that out
Oh,
there. I
yes.
create the narrative. I mean, the whole thing. And I think actually they started teaching musicians lately, at least in some California universities, to look at the project
Mhm.
of themselves as a project. So
Yes.
they talk about branding, they talk about marketing, they talk about understanding how you want to do this and that. They That's how I involved in everything that has to do with my personal music. It's not just music, it's not just writing. I do write my own songs. I do co-write with other people. I love collaborations. I am putting my nose and my hands into marketing as well.
Love
I'm,
that.
I'm, I'm doing the social media thing, which is a little kind of, I'm not, I can't tell that it's my favorite, but I'm there. I'm putting my hands and my nose everywhere, because I really want to make sure that it's authentically me.
Love that. Yeah, no, that's beautiful. And it's like I said before, and I'll say it again, like just refreshing to hear that because there are good artists as yourself that are putting quality stuff because I hear so much music now, it's like so but I love this. I love this. And I read something, I think it was December 19th. You're streaming a live show from Burbanks for a
Yeah.
stage live by
Yes.
showcase for new artists for NPR, which is awesome. Tiny Desk series. That's
Yeah.
absolutely incredible. Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
How like that's incredible. Can you talk about that? How was
It
that?
was very fun. I the 2025 year, this coming year, it will
Oh,
be great
nice.
for me, and I will be performing so much. I'm really kind of uh, ready to start any moment, and but so at the end of this year I did a bunch of performances, and
Love
one of
that.
these performances was for Tiny Desk, but also I would like to mention another performance was the Christmas album. We performed into a shelter, Good Shepherd
Oh.
shelter in Los Angeles, where women moms will spend holidays with their kids alone,
Mm,
and that was very meaningful for me. And this is also performances I want to do more like this in the coming year because that was so moving for me. And you've heard the record. It's very upbeat, very fun record,
yes.
but people
Yes.
were crying. It
Love
was
that.
so moving. I felt so good about that. For me, like things like that, like little places like that where I can feel how important my presence was,
Mhm.
uh, for me, they're way more valuable than standing on the stadium with a bazillion of people
Mm,
that maybe know but maybe don't know me, because the connection that you get, the way you give, and the whatever you receive back is just um you can't really describe it in words. It's really something special. But talking about the Tiny Desk, it was very fun.
mhm.
They have this series where they present like new artists, and I was singing four songs. I um, did Hope, my single Hope,
Beautiful.
which proceeds from the Hope I'm donating to UNICEF USA, and
Wow.
I was performing updated version of the Hope that will be out this coming year with the choir,
Oh,
and
beautiful.
yes, it's actually exclusive. Not many people know about that, but also very famous gospel singer will join me. It's going to be completely new version of Hope, and it's beautiful song already. But it will will be so moving. It will. I don't know. I think this song, it's already doing a lot of good in the world because proceeds help the kids around the globe. But it will do so much good. I just feel that, like this song will change so many lives. I
That's
did a couple songs that's not released yet. I did Dreaming and Feeling Alive, which will be out early 2025.
awesome.
And I did No More Lonely Christmas.
And I can't wait. That's exciting. So many awesome things to come. And, I love, so I have this fun question I love asking every guest, and there is no wrong answer. But the three levels of influence: money, power, and respect. And if you could choose only one of those things, which one would you choose and why?
um, I would do respect. I don't know if I'm original or not, but I believe if you have respect, everything else will come to you.
Yeah.
We have a saying in Russian that don't have 100 rubles, have 100 friends, and it's kind of from the same direction. If you have friends, if you have respect, if you have strong connection with someone, you will have influence, you will have power, and you will have money. It's
Mm,
it's ultimately all comes down to relationship, the way you treat people, the way people treat you. I think that's something that sadly we forget in these days, and people more, try and either chase power or money, but it's all material things. You
Right.
can you can buy respect.
Absolutely. It's so true. It's all material things. And and I'm curious because now that you're a Grammy, you have a Grammy, that's
Hmm.
amazing to say that, right? It's like most people they strive for that, right? That
Right.
that title. When you received it, how did you feel like, wow, I reached the pinnacle of my career, or did you feel like, okay, I gotta keep working, work harder? Like there
Yeah,
it like there's
that's exactly that's
yeah.
exactly. Well, it was not my personal Grammy, it was album. So there's like several people that
Collaboration.
worked on the album.
Nice.
It's not like I didn't feel like I can get the credit for that completely.
Yeah.
And but it was extremely stimulating because it was unexpected.
Mm.
And and it was my big red carpet like ever in here in America. And when I was standing on that carpet and I was talking with the journalist and taking these photos, I just felt like I can, like I really can, like
Yeah.
absolutely, I'm going to do that again and again and again. And
Hmm.
we planning to participate next year with in a lot of different nominations. I mean, it's really it is a big motivation. I
Yeah.
didn't feel like I reached anything, not at all. It like felt just, it felt like sort of approval
Okay.
or the red lights. Sometimes people asking, "Oh, universe, can you show me the sign?" So that was kind of that sign. Yes, keep
Right.
going.
I love it. I love it. That's beautiful. Definitely, definitely. Yeah, it's like it's when I got this documentary, one of my biggest documentaries in 2019. I've been, filming for years, like over 20 years. And so that one though, I got to work with like all like my heroes and idols and people that I've looked up to in the film industry. And I was like,
Right.
pinch me moment. I'm like, okay, like you're right. It feels like, yeah, if I can get this, the next milestone, I can get the next thing and the next thing. Like, so it is that like very motivating for sure
Right.
feeling.
But it's also, it's also very, it takes some of your anxiety away, which
Yes.
is very unnecessary. For example, like when I got collaboration with Eric Clapton on this Christmas album, it's also
Yeah.
kind of a pinch me moment. Like Clapton never did any Christmas collaboration with any performer, singer, artist ever. I'm the only person who done it, and I mean, I'm not a superstar yet. So for me, that was
You
like
are.
very. I wasn't surprised,
Yeah.
but it was. I remember. So my partner, my musical partner, Tim Carman, he works with Eric Clapton for like 30 years, and when we were looking for collaborators, he showed Eric my record, and he just asked what Eric's thinking and
Yeah.
told we're looking for collaborators, and he's like, I will do that. It was like
That's
he
beautiful.
said, I love her sound. She sounds beautiful. Her voice is
Oh,
angelic. I absolutely would like to do Silent Night with her.
yeah.
It was so awesome to hear because after that I just remember like the whole process of working on an album was very smooth because instead of having this anxiety, will people like it or will not like it, it was sort
Yeah.
of already stamp of approval. And I just got to work, taking off all this unnecessary, suffering and guessing.
Yeah. Oh, that's beautiful. I love that. What advice would you give to those out there? I mean, that want to really give music a try, a shot. I mean, because it's the uncertainty, the ups and downs, the late hours at night staying up, working and writing. What advice would you give to those
Oh,
people?
probably the same one that I give myself every single night standing in front of the mirror. You know, sometimes it does feel like it's just not happening, like
Mm,
it's stalled, but if you believe in yourself and if you keep going, it is happening. It might not happen in the speed and the way you have in your head, but it doesn't have to.
Right.
The universe, the God have a different plan for you.
Hmm.
If you send your requests out there, if you're working hard, if you're not sitting, if you're not stalling yourself, it's gonna happen, and in the best way for you.
Hmm.
You will, so just keep going, and trust the process. I cannot tell you that I'm following this advice precisely, but every single day when I feel like I'm down or something is not quite right, I remind myself about that, and it's actually always works. When I look back, I see very clear why certain things didn't happen, and I'm thinking, oh my gosh, thank God they didn't happen, because if that would happen, this wouldn't happen.
Yeah, absolutely. That's so true. That's yeah, it's a very, very good point. So what things do you do to like keep your spirits up? Like when you're not motivated, what kind of things like do you have like mantras? Do you have
Well,
like
I do practice mindfulness. I'm trying to do at least 5 minutes a day, some sort of calming meditation.
that's beautiful.
I obviously work out. I feel that movement is life. I try to go out there, be next to the nature. I read a lot. I talk with myself a lot in front of the mirror.
I gotta try that sometime.
Yeah, it's actually funny enough, it actually works. I just look at myself like I would, try to do prep talk for my daughter or whatever, and I'm just do
Aw,
prep talk for myself, and it actually works. I mean, at least you make yourself laugh, and when you
right.
laugh, kind of with humor, everything kind of goes a little better. But I would say like the meditation, and sometimes people don't understand meditation the way it's supposed to be because of religious differences or
Hmm.
whatever the lifestyle they have. It could be prayer.
Hmm.
Whatever you go in the quiet space to be with your soul, with yourself, with the God, with the creator, with the universe. I think this moments of slowing down for a little bit are very important for a human being. For me, it definitely helps me to ground me, and to concentrate, and reassure me that everything is going in the right direction.
I love that. So, I mean, you've already been making some hits, viral hits, and with impressive mark with millions of followers, and with like like views. How do you view the balance between staying true to your like artistic vision and embracing the fast-paced, viral nature of social media, right? Because it's always changing. How do you balance that?
Well, like after I received a Grammy, I signed up with a label with BMG, and we
Nice.
started sort of putting out different songs, different beats in very different genres. They all mainstream, but they're all different. There were EDM, there were some just straight out pop, there were trap,
Nice.
drum and bass. I mean, yes, we tried so many different things. We tried to play it with trance and here and there, and at the same time, I was working actually on my full length album that will be out this coming year,
All right.
um, where I was really working on my own sound, because I also was trying to understand, okay, what I would like to do, what kind of
Mhm,
songs I would like to bring to the table, what is authentic to me.
mhm.
So I did play with the trends, but in the same time, I was working very heavily on what I personally think my strengths are with what, and um, sort of, I don't know. So we kind of played with bows, but in my album first time in all this time when I was playing with everything, you will hear my true sound, and what kind of artist I am. I
Awesome.
I do believe that the artist should try to stay true to themselves, versus running behind the trends, because trends are temporary, and the true artistry is something that will make you stand out from the crowd.
Absolutely. They last forever, I believe the true artistry do for sure. What's one of your favorite songs on this album and why?
Well, on this Christmas album, I mean, I love actually all of them. I mean, obviously, No More Lonely Christmas is a hit.
Yes,
Although when I was
absolutely.
recording it, I liked different song better, like Make My Christmas Wish Come True. I thought like I liked the vibe better. But
Yeah,
when we recorded and mastered everything, clearly No More Lonely Christmas stood out as an absolutely like hit, evergreen hit. This is a song that will, you know, deny any trends. It's gonna live forever.
absolutely.
Um, I do love Special Night of Christmas. It's very beautiful, poppy, kind of like ballad. It was very easy to record, very kind of digestible. My children love it. And for me, you know, when child likes the sound, the song, you know, they're very, very attuned to truth.
Yeah.
When the children love something, it means that you did something right. There is no false narrative here.
Absolutely.
I do love Christmas Means You. It's a very, very personal song for me. Song about being
Mm.
in love and being together with the person you love in the right place and the right time. And obviously, I mean, collaboration with Clapton. You get this
Yeah.
song is awesome. It's the shortest song of the record because we just took part of the Silent Night. It's like endless song. You can sing it forever.
Wow.
And the way we arranged it is very interesting. It's almost a cappella, and
Ah,
the way our voices kind of blend together, it's magical. You know, there's a little choir, then we, a little bit of organ. That's it.
wow.
The whole feel of the song, and I highly recommend everyone go and listen to that,
Oh,
especially
listen.
during this Christmas season.
Yes.
It's like you on a cloudy pillow. It's so relaxing. It's
Mm.
so soothing. It's so just, I don't know, it has some magical quality. You know, like people, like especially new age music, they play with the frequencies of the sound and you listen
Uh-huh.
and you feel good. This is kind of the song that will make you feel good. Like if you have a bad
Oh,
day or anything, you just listen to that. Just even don't listen to the words. The pure sound, it has some purifying quality in it. Very, very beautiful. I'm so proud how it came out.
wow, you sold me. That was amazing. Yes, yes. Go listen to it, everyone, right now. Um, thank you so much. This was a pleasure, and thank you so much for sharing your art with us today and the world. I appreciate your time.
Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. Oh, and really quick, where can people find you on social media to find everything you got going on?
Instagram, I'm very active, Alya.Michelson, TikTok, Alya the artist, and YouTube, Alya official. Um, love communicate with my followers. Please follow me and listen to Christmas record.
Absolutely, yes. And thank you all for listening. And always remember to live, love, laugh. We'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.